Okay, so we have to go for the memes. Shion's top tier. Alright. So Kasen is very good because of Eco J5A. All her shit. Mommy's also very good. Her range, her damage, her buttons, her projectiles. It's all very good. Kokono, I think, is high tier. He'd be high, middle of high tier. Miko's definitely top tier. Natori, Reimu. These are my top 5. I value Kasen more because she has more powerful options compared to these two as a tag. So I do think as a master, it'd be like this. But in general, I do value having versatility more. Is Reimu better than Miko? I don't think so, actually. Yeah, Notori's here. Koichi, Sukuna, Hidezen here. Sumi, Tenchi, Yukari here. Dormi. Do I think is better than Koichi? Do I think she's better than Tenchi? I think so, because why play Tenchi when Reimu exists? And Reimu's just better. He can crash the game, that's about the only difference. I think Iken's slightly better because of her damage. She can rob stuff, she's also not bad, her tag is really good, her range is good, her mix-up, and she can crack game. She used to be able to with her tag B, with something with how it's spawned. If it's spawned in another projectile, it can crash the game. Kokoro had something similar. I think Marissa is slightly worse than Kokoro. I don't think. And I think Moko is a creeping into 8 here. I can probably move Koichi here. I don't think she's that much worse. I do think Sukuna's worse. I think Shun's worse because she lacks versatility overall. But she's not bad as a master. She's probably a B in master, but as a secondary, she has like one gimmick. And that's it. But she doesn't provide anything other than like close range stuff. And like, there's better close range characters. Like you can pick Moko and be overall better, I'd say. So this is why I think it's pretty like average. I think it's more like A plus, A minus, and then like B plus, and then Shion's like Shion tier. So this is like a serious tier list. If you look in the AoCF Discord, you might find like my stupid one. Wait, imported a bunch of images? But yeah, this is my rough estimate. Kasen, because J5A being stupid, her Eagle Tag B being extremely good on anyone, and very boring. But yeah, and overall, Rap is really fucking good. And it's also her secondary spell when you switch her tag spell, so it's really good for that. Mamizo has great range, great damage, great mix. With her J5A, her cult can provide a really nasty sandwich pressure. Her neutral's really fucking good at walling people out. And then if you get hit, you take like 30% and get sent to the corner. It's really good. 5C's really good as Oki. She has 8C, which is a rare Graze move. It's not great, but it does provide some unique punishes. Overall, her defense is pretty bad. But she's not bad in either role. She's definitely good in both. I would say she's great in both, but she's not number 1. Miko is stupid. She can just basically win off 2 touches round start. Because her damage is so high. Sun does like 1.2k for 1000 cost, which is so cheap. Like, those spells normally are like 120, so he gets it for like 25% off. While having stupid easy routes into it. Cape, if she gets blue, she gets mid declares from anything, increased damage, and free combos from like all ranges. And red cape just means you can't really dodge her melees. She gets like Mamizo to your melees while having better movement. So like that's good. Reimu has Mamizo melees on some of her moves all the time. And full screen convergence of Kokoro. So like he's really fucking good. But he does lack some of the like stupidity of the characters above her have, I'd say. In that he's definitely above average in all things. But doesn't, outside of Yokai Buster, when she has to like, she has very specific weaknesses that can be exploited. Well, all her characters can. I have to think. I guess she doesn't. When she's in, she doesn't have the bullshit factor that Miko has when she just kills you in 2 hits potentially. She doesn't have the bullshit factor of Mami, so just like ignoring your neutral, ignoring your like mid range. Reimu ignores your far range and then bullies you in neutral. Mamizo ignores your mid range. Kasen ignores your far range with Tag B, and then Pseudo ignores your mid range. Sorry, with J5A. So like that's more what it is. I'd say these characters kind of ignore your options, whereas Reimu really just constantly makes it that you're fighting to stay alive. Whereas these ones, you have to play a specific ranges, otherwise you lose. Notorious pretty similar. He requires a he plays very different than everyone else in how her projectiles work. He's one of the characters that technically has like a quote unquote burst option. Missile would work a block if you count that, but like whatever. If you do that, then Meimu also has one, but whatever. But yeah, missile is stupid. It's like steady aim if it also had an anti-air hitbox. 6E is incredibly stupid. It's very good. Her combos are overall really good. She has pretty easy conversions for most things. One thing she does lack is like good ways to both wall slam and keep the corner. And he does struggle to limit off some hits. But that doesn't really matter when she's winning neutral a lot of the time. So she has a pretty strong, like, I don't really care. However, her defense can be lacking, and her commitment on her buttons is not the lowest. J5A requires both hits to come out. Same thing with 4A. 2A requires both hits to come out. J2A is slow as balls. J8A is also very committal. All her buttons have like commitment, but they're really good. And she can cover for her commitment really easily. She has an 8C setup that also leads to full conversion. It's kind of the same thing with Ichiden, but pushed less to the extreme, because Ichiden can cover herself with her own bullets, but she doesn't get anything from it. And it's not as easy to get in those positions. Whereas Notori gets a lot more and can get in those positions a lot easier. However, when he hits you, it doesn't take 30% of your health. It only takes 28%. Kokoro gets combos from anything, her melees are fucking massive and have infinite hit stun, her combos are bum easy, her mix-up aim after hit is very good because she can go cross-up or grab pretty consistently. Reset with safe 6-6A because of her release speed being a little unique. She does have a weakness in her when her masks are gone. They're not great, and in Rage she can get like zoned out decent easily, but her dash is not the fastest to start up, but it has high like top speed. So it's not bad, and her melees are massive, so she can just get in pretty easily. Marissa's the opposite. Her melees are not massive, but still fucking great. And her movement speed is the best in the game. He converts off anything, has mint declares, and has Master Spark, which is one of the best spells in the game for fucking tons of damage. If you master her mint declares with a cult, she can do basically, if she has Cycles Meter, granted it is more difficult because she has one of the most expensive spell cards in the game for Master Spark. You can do basically like 40% from any hit, which is really good. You probably can even push it to 50%. You really want to push combo damage. This is with one spell, by the way, no assist. If you get an assist, you can definitely push to 5k. This is ignoring guts, by the way. She starts from 50%. You are in kill range from Marissa, possibly, depending on how good the person is, and depending on the starter. Of course, you get hit by like a beam full screen. Yeah, that's not killing you. You're taking like 30%. You're dying on the next hit, though. She also has stupid Oki. 5C is one of the best Oki tools in the game because it can be delayed to cover for a grab whiff. So she can just get 6 anti-pressure. Her pressure's not great. She does have a weakness in getting people below her. But she does have a really great time covering above her head and can jump down or jump back to cover that. She also has trouble in when the opponent is not directly in front of her or like in the space like just in front and above or below her because her bullets are her 8 and 2B are more unique in that they cause a little explosion. I guess so you get 2C or 5C. They're a little bit different than the normal bullet cover, but her 5B is so good. Aizen has a very strong, she has Ripple Vision as a type B, and has an extremely strong jump with great melees, great range. Her gimmick is fucking useless. The install, because it's so hard to get. The only consistent ways are using a bad spell card and having it be blocked. Or by getting 2 grabs or landing last word while Kunekune is up, but Kunekune is not very good. Her conversion is good, her mix-up's really good because she has wall slam resets that go left-right. Well, you cannot FD, so you have to take the real 50-50. Yeah, her movement's really good, her mix-up's really good. She does lack a bit in her melee range, aside from when it's covering either above her or in mid lane, because outside of her J2 and J6A, her range is rather lacking. Insert testimonial clip of Far 5A on Nazen AoCF launch. But yeah. Also her 8A is kinda committal. So like that's why I say a buffer is a little bit weird. But she does have really good bullets for that. And because like 8C as well is really good for covering that angle. The Accident is mainly here as a secondary character. You build a chance off field, so you just get to use her very powerful assists, being 4C most of the time. Dive kick can be used as well for neutral. You can use 6C as a jump scare in lower lane for full conversion. Mecha can be nice depending on the setup you have. Well, some Enders from 2C as well work. Overall, Byakuya is held back mainly here. When she's in, her mix-up's really good. She has, I'd say, veal mix because she can go left to right, strike throw, all at once, which does mean AoCF systems do not screw her over. She can do dash to grab, dash to strike, dash up same side, left, right. She's held back by her dashes. They are committal. They are also pretty telegraphed. Her movement is rather linear. Neutral is extremely linear. Her projectile game is lacking. Her tag B, which is I would say one of the most important tools as a secondary character because it doesn't take an orb. You can use it even when you have one orb. No orbs available. So you have one orb, you spend it on a B button, and then you tag B, you can still use tag B. It also drains assist slower, so you can, if you have like 61% or something like that, you can tag B and then do another tag to come back in really fast. Yeah, he's kind of like Remy in that way. But if Remy did damage and had... I guess Remy does have pressure, but I'm an Oku player, so her pressure's not... I don't consider it real. Remy does damage. With meter. Byakunin can do damage without meter. He just needs optimals. Okay, but Byakunin can do like Gugugaga B and B combos, and it still does damage. If you weren't optimals, he does even more damage. Woo, lucky you. But yeah, he's really good. Also, if you use her master or you have enough occult, you can just use bite, get a more pressure started, get more resets. Very good character. Also, her air buttons are a bit slow, so that is something a bit of a weakness she has. Yukari, I put her here because she really depends on the player. If you're fighting like Chev, Jesus Christ, she is gonna fucking hurt. Chev does like the fucking Yukari optimals and goes coast to coast. MK without meter. As a zoner, it's fucking insane. You fight an average Yukari, it's not the worst. Like, it still sucks because it's Yukari who has like great wall off melees, beams to prevent you from as more of an anti-zoning tool with Bewitching Bait and Release B. Her traps can be used uniquely for setups, however they are pretty high risk, honestly. Take long to break, and if Yukari gets hit, or if she switches out and you get hit in any way, they pop, and all that occult meter gets sent to your opponent, and it's roughly like 25% of a bar, so it's really a lot of meter to be giving for free. So you get like a free tag, a free double tag, effectively, to the opponent, which is really not a thing you want to be giving away as part of your neutral. Her bullets overall are really good, her melees are stupid, her DP is probably the best, like, normal DP on a C button. And, yeah, she's still really good, but she's kind of slow. Her best match option is committal because it is 8A. And her optimal combos are really hard to do, or they're character specific depending on the starter. I did find one, and I'm quite proud of that. Moko is here because I think he is like one-shot character. You give her one opportunity and she can rob the game, and she can get a lot of opportunities. Her movement's really fucking good. He has like the poke game with bullets to annoy you, but you can still find spaces set up. So like, he really wants to get in. And once she's in, she has probably the best pressure in the game. Really fucking good. Even on 5D, even if you IB 5D, she can do options to just beat that and keep her turn going. If he guesses right. And if he guesses right, that's probably a counter at J5A. And that means you're eating 3k if the Moko's doing easy combos, and like almost a TOD if you're doing like the hacker optimals. Like, this character is very scary to fight, which is and like can just turn around the game at any moment. So, what do you mean TD? Okay, she can't TD. She does. She can do, I think, 9.8k from an optimal starter. Only Yukari and Sukuna team have a TOD as far as I'm aware in the current version. Also, oh wait, technically, Moko, a lot of characters technically have a TOD if you do something funny with Yukari where you bewitch and bait each other like a million times in training mode, so you get launched to the ceiling really high, and then you do a move that has like a set height condition. So like Moko Volcano Kick will go until it reaches the ground. So if you're like 20 screens high and you do it, you just send yourself all the way down until you hit the ground, and that takes like forever to do, but technically it is a TOD, but you can't do it in game. Either way, Moko can rob you at any point, and it's fucking bullshit, but that's the character. Ivis Kyroward, at any point she as well can just fuck up and die. 5C is a slow reversal but can be used to cross up because collision box jank, where her collision box goes away really early. Her defense is really good. Jab, very fast, very good. He has 3 throw crushes, I believe. I know 4C and 2C are throw crushes, but don't remember if Resurrection is one. I feel like it is though. Oh yeah, she's very strong, and to really get good with her, it's hard. It's like really hard, but to get in and be threatening, it's not that hard to get scary with this character. Dormy, probably the character I've the least experience against, but her pressure can be nasty, having sandwich pressures in the style of Heian Tuning Ball. But she gets like 4 reps of it, I think. Her combo game hurts. Her neutral's really good. Her jab is fucking amazing. It's like 7 frame and like massive and a light. It's like if Oku jab was a light. It's insanely good. 6XP covers below her. It's honestly not that good, but it is very funny. Her zoning game is nothing too special. Bets are quite dense, but like it's like an average density bullets. She has good wall slam pressure. She has like wall slam resets because of release speed as well. Yeah, she's overall a good character, well rounded, but she required, I think, a little more work to really push to get like a good baseline because of her more technical like tuning ball setups. Sumi Reko is zoner cake. Big buttons, slow movement, good projectiles. 4C's Infamous comes from behind, so you have to play very different around her. It's a very good zoning and anti-zoning tool. Clap is stupid, as I talked about already today enough. It's really safe, hard to punish. And we see full conversion. She has massive starters as well with a guillotine slash. Occult controls neutral. Weaknesses are her defense is not great. At least it's pretty fucking bad, her defense. And her spell cards are like weird because they're good, but they're really specific. Power's really good if you can get a raw hit into it or can pressure, but very easily it can just fall apart. Trash is a decent combo tool. Also, it's nothing special. It's okay. I just find it kind of underwhelming for the cost. Like, I don't know. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. I think it's a bit underwhelming overall. It's like Sumi doesn't get much afterwards. I guess that's the thing. Like her pressure's not great. I find because her goal is not like to continue staying in. She's like get new buttons and like piss off and go back to zoning and like wall you off in the corner. And then gun can technically lead to like a guard crush loop, but like your opponent has to let you do that because it only works when they're tagged out. But she's still really good. Ichiden is like big buttons, grappler like if like she's like more like the big body who has better movement than the grappler, but not the command grab. She's extremely scary on hit. If you get her technical combos down, oh my god, this character is so much damage. Unfortunately, she's not in the club that can two-shots anyone in the cast. At least not yet. She can... She does a fuck ton of damage. She's likely to chip you and do... What's a guillotine slash? Guillotine slash is what I call J2A. After Sumi. Ikiden, tons of damage. Great buttons, but big extended hurt box. And she's kinda slow. Not the greatest. She has great bullets for like covering herself, but that's about it. She doesn't have really something to cover her when she sets up. She's kind of a sitting duck until she does so. All her melees are minus. Like, on land cancel, they're like even at best. Or like +1, I think. It's not much. And that's really not great. Because you're using the threat of damage, which is your main thing. Even J5A, J5A is not very plus. It's weird, like her melees are like not as plus as you would think. Like J5 is plus, if I remember correctly, but it's like not as plus as you think. He has to land cancel it really low, in other words. Like if you see like Moko do J5A like, on your block and land cancel, he's plus. Ikiden, he has to do it like at your waist. Like about to land cancel. B plus. It's like you saw it in our set burger. I did J5A like near your like head, like near your upper torso, only J5A, and I got punished. Rose, her hurt box is actually smaller than average, and her damage is stupid. Of course, not her extended hurt box. Like her hurt box when she's getting comboed, I believe is smaller than average. But yeah, her defense is really bad. Bar5A is slow. Is it slow? Kinda slow. Not the worst, but like her jab as well has a tendency to like not combo to the second hit. I find, at least from my experience compared to other characters, could be just like a skill issue, but her movement's slow. She doesn't really have the greatest ways to cover herself from below, because like J2A is like a Mega Fist style move, like her whole bottom side's exposed. It's kind of similar to Mamizo, where instead of having like good damage, Ikiden trades all her damage, puts all her points into damage and range, melee range, but sacrifices every other trait. Whereas Mamizo tried to be a bit more balanced, putting a couple points into defense, getting it use a parry that's like okay. It's probably the best one in the game, but still not very good in my opinion. But getting a better jab in Fire 5A. However, it's still not great defensive wise, and neutral wise he does struggle. Because he's 2-step, but he doesn't have anything to enable the first step. The same way Ichin is 2-step, Futo is very much 2-step. She is one of the fastest and slipperiest characters in the game with some of the most mobility options and typical movement, so it's very good. He uses her plates and sets it up to, and he breaks those plates to get more powerful specials, and then use the broken plates to empower her cult, which becomes a reversal that starts combos and is safe on block. Weaknesses is mainly in terms of risk reward and getting stuffed out in neutral. He lacks bullet cover. The only bullet cover he has is from 2C breaking plates, which is fucking awful. Because 2C is at fastest 21 frames. and you're at bottom lane, and you have to have a plate set up right in front of you, and even then, that won't cover you as you rise. So it's technically not the greatest bullet cover. It's not even good bullet cover, even at the fastest. It's still slow, and it's very committal. 8C is her other one. Usually the better bullet cover. However, it does have a range issue where if the opponent is out of range of it, when it breaks a play, it will just shoot a single arrow up and down right where it is, not cover anything. This can be more seen at far ranges, but it's especially prevalent when you have a low plate around, I'd say, 3/4 screens from your opponent. Or like 2/3 screen. Somewhere around there, and your opponent's upper lane, it's more likely to do that. It's weird. It's whatever. It's weird. She lacks. That's her main weakness in bullet cover and risk reward. Her damage is practical damage is on par with some of the lowest in the game. Well, ironically, having the capability of two-shotting being one of 3 characters, the others 2 being Moko with her like 9.8k, and then you just do like special, or Miko, who can also do that. Spell card wise, she has effectively a dud spell. Fire is super expensive, low damage, cannot combo with any tag spell because you either hit it and then tag spell, so only the tag spell does damage, or you hit it and you don't tag spell because you can't tag spell. It's very long duration and you can't tag spell at the very end. Or you tag spell and both on fire mess each other up and you burn meter to do nothing. And it's like her most expensive spell card. It's around the same damage as Washing Machine. For the same damage as Washing Machine, which is a reversal that wall slams and sets up plates for tons of chip damage, so like, eh? And then there's UFO, which is the cheapest spell in the game, can act like a pseudo RC into tag spell, and if you can set it up properly, get your Oki, walk the opponent down in the corner, have your ping dependent combos down, ping and spacing dependent combos, you can effectively almost checkmate your opponent. But it's a lot like Sumi Towers. Yeah, you can do it. It's good. But oh my god, it's so much work. And it's hard. However, it's somewhat practical with Futo because her movement is more freeform and her pressure rate is a lot better than Sumi Meko's. Her pressure string as well has a lot of tight block strings into tons of chip damage in the tag, which does reset the string, and she can continue from there. 668 is stupid. It is by far one of the best 668s in the game. 11 frames start at 15 frames active, 10 frames recovery. It can be used on safe tap on everyone in the cast except herself and Tenshi's last word, which is the next character. Tenshi is an all-rounder who tries to be more of a solo character, if that makes sense. Aizen and Nemu and Marissa are all sort of all-rounders, but they all play into the team mechanic a lot more. Nemu generates a ton of occult meter and can use her own occult really well while having some of the best tag options in the game. Her tag A goes really far, her tag B is pretty decent, and tag C is just her specials, which are stupid. Aizen's tag B is incredibly stupid. Tag C can be used for some niche situations, mix-ups, and combos for wall slams, and Marissa has tag SC, which is extremely powerful. Tenshi, on the other hand, her tag B is pretty bad. Her tag C technically can wall slam, yeah, but is spacing dependent and hard to set up. And her tag A is okay. The more tries her damage, I believe she's more damage focused than the other ones, but not by too much. She's still very all-rounder, but really doesn't play well into the system, I find. He has a lot of weaknesses, and like her 6 XP is not good at all. It's not really a weakness, but more of a pro to have. Her combo conversions are fine, but they're like more finicky because you want to end in 4C, and 4C ender has a blind spot. You have to work around that. She's not as powerful as she could be. He has good bullet cover in 5B. Beam is a dense projectile that's like an anti-zoning tool. 2C is a decent melee, can combo from on meaty, I believe. 5C can be used for some weird juggle situations, and 8C is kind of like a left-right hop. But it can't cross up, so you have to hit it from above, so it's a little weird. But her best thing is last word. Her spells are just not great. Lasers is okay as a tag spell, it's pretty good. It's like Fantasy Seal if it was better. Quake is like okay as long as you don't hit it in the corner, because in the corner it only gets one of the pillar hits, if I remember correctly, or two. So it just gets her damage shredded. Like it does like Futo level damage for a spell card. Like it's not good. And Peach is fine, but it has a similar problem to Soku, where she struggles to chase the opponent down once it's set up. Her melees are good overall. Like she has a bit of a disjoint, but her main strength is turn her last word. At least, in my opinion, 10 frames plus 1 frame of startup, massive range, tons of damage, and stupid easy to combo into. You can see as Ziggy's combo guide, and it's still relevant today. Oh my god, my voice is fucking dying. But yeah, yeah, her cult is also weird. It tries to be like a set play thing, but it doesn't really work. Technically also a combo breaker, because she can block, and the lightning can hit, but that's more the opponent fucking up. Koichi, mainly a secondary character because her mechanic kind of screws her up. She has auto follow-ups to attacks. They'll trigger once conditions are met, which give more powerful versions of normals, 6B, or unlock certain specials. However, they often fuck her up and end up making her get hit and die. Oh, you DP'd. Oops, the opponent's above you now? Guess I'll DP again. Yeah. Her DP has an issue similar to Kai from Guilty Gear, where it can be low profiled. However, we have a bottom lane, so anyone can go under it easily. If they safe jump in from below, it's probably a safe jump. It's also slower at 14 frames startup, not locals 20, but it's still on the slower end. However, the first hit has a ton of hit stun, so you can combo into it from anything, make her defensive game really good, alongside her Far 5A, which is extremely fast, leads into a full combo come on hit and wall slam. Her main strength, as said before, is in tagging. Her tag C removes all the wind up on her 6C and 2C, making them extremely fast, either bullet walls or full screen melees that wall slam. Vader is also good because it hits behind her, so she can do some cross-up shenanigans with tag, in particular for it to be really good. It also works when she's the point character. Her J5A or air tag is also really good because it has a really fast initial hitbox around her and a massive hitbox later on that covers both sides. Similar to Sumi Crap, except on a J5A, so it's far less committal. Her tag beat is also pretty good, trying to be a mix of bullet cover and aimed projectiles. So her weaknesses are her movement. She is slow as hell. Her teleport, dash, and mid lane can get caught out and punished pretty consistently depending on the character. For example, if she ever teleport dashes in mid lane versus like Moko or Yukari, they can just DP and she just has to eat it if they're in the corner. Yukari might be mid screen because her DP's faster. Her movement's slow in general, having some of the, I believe, the slowest air dash in the game. But yeah, she has a lot of her weakness mainly stem from her auto mechanic and her slow movement. Jun struggles in terms of range. Her damage is good, her pressure is passable, but her range is pathetic. She has no options outside of like dash A range. Like that's her normal. That's where any of her range threat is, and even then, it's not much. How? Uh, Even then, and then outside of that, her movement is extremely linear because of her unique step dash. It does give her easier time grazing through stuff, but it still limits her neutral extremely long, to extreme degree. If she wants to approach faster, it's telegraphed by her slingshotting herself. Doing a setup to slingshot herself, and if she doesn't, she has limited burst range. Her damage is pretty good, all things considered. Like, if you get her, like, 558 loops into 668 into dial, like, that's really good damage. Her damage is definitely above average if you weren't, but those are hard. And not, they are practical. Not like J5A1 back hits. Which, and then she has some unique strengths as well. Um, he has her. The main thing I would say is her strength is her, what's it called? Her spell card Robber, which removes the opponent's occult meter and white HP. In particular, versus Moko, this is really good because Moko burns her own HP. So she can just end up, oh, I'm fine, I can heal this off. I don't have to worry about it. And then you get hit into Robber, oh, suddenly I'm one hit away from death, or I just die. She's fine. She just has an extreme range issue and can still work around it, and it's pretty threatening when she's close. Also, her unique ground tech makes her Oki a little weird around her, because her ground tech, along with Yukari, are the only two with different distances, Yun's being the shortest, and Yukari's being the longest. It can mess with some setups, but it can also give some unique ones. Sukuna is weird. Her combos aren't great at a baseline, but if you learn her advanced ones, they are extremely good and long. Her occult, which ties into her occult, which is sort of like a Milia disc, so she can set it up, go for a strike throw mix. However, if she goes for a throw, she doesn't have another occult setup to really chase, and she can't really chase well. Similar to Jun, her range is pathetic. Her bullets are better than Jun, but that's not saying much. 6B is full screen, but it's pretty committal. Release B is like Ichin's and doesn't have much range. It's sort of like a combo ender and like a disjointed poke. And similar to Ichin, her 5B is more for cover. So she does lack a lot of presence full screen. However, she is very fast. J2A is very strong lead to full combo on hit. Tons of damage as well. And if she gets like a couple strikes going, she can easily snowball into taking a game from nothing. Spell card wise, she's fine. Nothing particularly special, but nothing like horrendous. But yeah, that's an overall tier list. I rambled for very long and now my throat is dying. And it's almost 1, so I'm gonna go to bed. So have a good one. Bye bye.